Hello, welcome to the first video of wcdb. In this video, we're just going to show you some basic functionalities, how the system is constructed, and what are the key features in the system. Okay, so let's go. Initially, you use this URL to log into the system. You put in your username and password, you log in. Right, as you log in, you are met with a dashboard, and this dashboard has got the following features. You've got key statistics of the total disciples and a gauge that shows you the number of disciples with respect to the main goal for this phase, and the nations, continents, house churches. And then you've got a map choropleth that shows you the footprint of CMFI all over the world, right? And these other features. Okay, right. On top here, you've got your user profile, feedback, all these things are tools that you can use as a user. And then you've got a bell for alerts, a language selector, and if you're an admin, you have got this control to be able to see some admin functions. Tools, the only tool that we have for now is importing a list of members into Excel. And now we've got nations, which takes you to the page where you can view and manage the nations. Right, these nations are listed in a table, and this is how they look like. Then home takes you back to the home page. So in the nations, as you can see, you've got different nations that are configured, that have been added into the database. And the way that you add a nation is by clicking new nation. Right, we'll show this in a separate video, how you can add and manage the nations. Right, for now, I think this is just the main view for the nations. And if you go into a particular nations, let's take for example, right, you use the search to be able to filter to a particular nation. If I want Zimbabwe, for instance, I can say I am filtering nations, and it's giving me nations that have got Zeta in their name, and I've got Zimbabwe here. Right, I can use this button in the middle to be able to go to the particular nation so that I can manage its records. Right, as you can see on the top here, it has given me a path to Zimbabwe as a nation, and it's loading the nation records and the nation view for me to be able to manage it. And now this is the nation view. Right, this is the dashboard for the nation. Right, and these are different views that I have for the nation. I have disciples. If I go into disciples, this gives me the view where I'm able to manage disciples, and I'm able to manage families for that particular nation. Right, and another view we have is provinces. This way I'm able to manage the provinces in that particular nation. It's taking time to load. Okay, yeah, there we got provinces. So each province, we've got province name, the leader, the text, and the actions, whether you can edit or delete that particular province. Edit, you're met with a form that you can change the nation name, the province name, or the leader of that province. You can add statistics for that province. You can view a chart for that province. Right. For instance, this province gives you a chart that shows you, here it's showing you the house churches at that time, the localities, and the disciples represented in this chart as different line graphs. Right. So different province. Okay, so these are the statistics for the province, and you also have the localities view, where you can add a new locality, manage existing localities, delete localities, change their leaders, and things like that, or update their leaders. right? This is also in the same form. If you want to add a new locality, this is what you do. If you want to update an existing locality, click on the update and it gives you this form where you can then update, you edit the locality and it shows you this, right? We'll go into in-depth demonstrations of these in later videos. Events, right? You can add a new event, you can manage an event from this panel, right? And these are local events, these are local events that relate to that particular nation. And then you've got house churches. You can add a house church, you can have leaders, manage leaders for that house church, right? Then we also have got settings where you can manage the settings for that nation, different details for that nation, right? Okay. Okay, we go back to the home page. And the other feature we have, as I mentioned, importing a list from Excel. You can import a list of members from Excel, and the system gives you the format of how you need to import your list. It has to have this form of these columns in this order and the data according to this format. If it is like that, after preparing your list, then you can be ready to import it into the database. Right, we'll do a demonstration of this in a separate video, and then the admin functions will show them in a separate video. Right, going back to the home page, I think just one piece of functionality I'll show here is how to update how to edit the view of the dashboard. Just taking long to load. Okay, and change my color here to this one. Right, so update color and then changes the color of the chlorophyll. Okay, so for now I think this is just shows the overview of how the database looks like. In further videos we'll go into details, right, of the functionalities. Another functionality here is that instead of going through the nation's menu, you can actually directly go to a particular nation using this search menu. When you say go, and then you'll be able to navigate straight to that nation. Okay, thank you very much for following this video. We will be able to show further videos that show different details of the different functionalities within the nation and all over the database.